So the last part of the presentation is just to quickly go through the action planning and coaching stages. So when you're in the action planning stages, you're really just asking your students to articulate what their goals are and what strategies they're going to use to bring about the change they're looking for. And to have them describe what success will look like. So if they're trying to become more playful in the problem-solving process, what's that going to look like? How will they know they've achieved the goal? And how can they measure it? So if they plan to practice being more playful at 2 upcoming meetings, then they could measure that by saying, I did X and Y at meeting 1 and 2. And so they need to have some concrete way to know that they've reached their goal. And if they want to identify people, either other students or who's going to help them stay on track. And then in the coaching conversation piece, this is really formally, and this is from the folks at Vital Partnerships who are in charge of administering the LE survey at this point in time. So they talk about the importance of relationship building, making sure that there's trust and affirmation as well as challenge in that coaching relationship. And that you can focus your questions about coaching around things like what students' goals are, their plans, what are their success criteria, are they struggling with resilience and are they giving up? Are there areas of self-awareness that you see either they're not seeing how far they've come or they're also not aware of what they still need to work on or the general outcomes. So you want to also help to keep that cycle of planning, action, reflection ongoing so that you don't start out really strong and then it just sort of peters out. So you need to have that kind of ongoing relationship and conversation to keep things moving forward. And just the fact that student choice is really important. So as much as you can with the goal setting, allow students to make their goals really concrete and important and relevant within their own lives. And so don't forget that one of the goals of the process is to build a common language around the thing that the change that you're trying to see. So if it's lifelong learning or it's global skill development or it's student retention, that you're actively modeling and using language to keep it in the forefront and to have it become part of the discourse of your meeting, your group, your course, your student group. And at this point, would you consider using this framework to enhance either your teaching, your student learning, faculty development if you're involved in that, student development, or institutional agendas? So think about that and think about the ways that you could use reflective practice in your whatever context you find yourself in. How might that be useful? And finally, here are some references if you'd like to pause just to get a sense of where a lot of this came from. And please do get in touch if you are using it or you have other questions or you'd like to know more about some of those resources. I'd love to have an ongoing conversation. So thank you for your time and attention, and get in touch when you can.